I think somebody will need to put the images up, but it's quite nice because while they're putting the image up, I need to just explain a little bit. I live in London. Thank you very much for inviting me up here, and it's been great doing lots of things with Nottingham over the time. When word came that there was this design resolutions thing going on up here, it created such excitement in my house that all the characters who live in my house all felt they wanted to have a go. So none of these are my words, these are actually words from characters who live in my house. So we photographed them and added their words, and I hope you like what they've got to say. I know that there was such a hurrah that some of them confused the word resolutions with revolutions, but I guess you'll have to work out which one was which. That's all right, we don't... Oh, there we go. Oh. A few adventurers sailed into the sun, over the dark edge that had nothing beyond. Losing sight of them before they had reached it, we neither saw them go nor knew of their return. Maybe some nether world kept from the worst of winter storms nurtures them now. This thought gnaws at the hearts of many, though few in any generation take to their boats to follow them. In China, noted Bill Gates recently, if you are 1 in a million, that means there are 1,400 other people just like you. What then is the vocation of the whole man? So far as I can make out, his vocation is to be a creator of values, motivated by the love of beauty, innate in everybody, but suppressed, smothered, thwarted in most of us. Whoops, market capitalism. As Alan Greenspan, former chairman of the US Federal Reserve, put it, a whole intellectual edifice has collapsed. There's a flaw in the model that I perceived as the critical functioning structure that defines how the world works. Watch this space. Offer me solutions, offer me alternatives, and I decline. It's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. By the way, 100% of us die of mortality. Sleep for longer and wear more clothes in winter. In particular, boys should wear leggings. Brave boys might want to dance in purple spangly leggings. Girls love it. There is a presumption of right that too often accompanies the assumption of a position of power. If people in authority are unable to deal with somebody who is brave enough to say, maybe boss, there is a mistake in your thinking, then they are not worthy of their position. Always eat the last vol au vent on a plate. That way, nobody else has to worry about whether they should eat it, concern themselves with who had the most, or inquire, should you care to split the last morsel with me? However much our society cares to state its love of creativity and innovation, this same society consistently places obstacles in the way of those who would propose difference. Upon examination, money usually follows those who'd rather not suffer change, too troublesome the bother of adaptation. Lemmings are much more similar to humans than gorillas or orangutans, animals which clearly relish and get on with their environment. Lemmings gather together, lack a coherent opinion, will follow each other to their death and occasionally look quite cute. Some days the world is full of trouble and everything appears to go horribly wrong. Know that these days too do pass, and placing one day in the bin and forgetting about it is simply a part of the fluid nature of being. We are not in control of our surroundings, but we do have an inevitable responsibility. What we can be sure of is that at the same time and at all times, we act, generating a reaction. We are acted upon and must respond. How we behave within this condition will affect subsequent conditions for ourselves and for others. Change your point of view whenever it suits you. Start a discussion with an approximation of what you think. Give ideas a chance, and gradually, over time, they will get clearer. Try not moving. Difficult, isn't it? Don't not move. Move. Having a fixed position is unrealistic, much more difficult than you realise, and ultimately rather stupid. I am a real fidget. It might annoy some folk, but there you go. I'm not very good at not moving. Mostly good is better than perfect. The desire for perfection sets utterly unrealistic expectations that will only lead to panic and frustration. Learn the value of underachievement. To consistently contribute to worthwhile projects over the long span of your life will reap much greater rewards than a short, sharp stab at single-minded success. Having fun is a serious business. Those who criticise the creation of fun as being self-absorbed nonsense are missing the point. People will be a lot happier if they are allowed to believe in the importance of joy. Collaborate more. Contribute to things and situations you find interesting. Maintain a curious mind. If you trust in a world full of subtlety, then you will be rewarded by discovering a world of ever-increasing beauty, diversity, and subtlety. Spend less time defending your perspective and put more effort into appreciating someone else's truth. Dancing is more important than studying. I dropped out of university and carried on dancing. Look where it's got me. And then as tribute to Stevie Wonder, like a long, lonely stream, I keep running towards a dream. Moving on, moving on. Because there's a place in the sun where there's hope for everyone, where my poor restless heart's gotta run. There's a place in the sun, and before my life is done, gotta find me a place in the sun.